Welcome back to PopDiskette, the podcast where we have still not yet seen it all. I'm your host, Ray Logic, and it's good to see you. Now, to kick off this episode, I wanted to talk a bit about the impending TikTok ban. So, y'all, people, hello.
Yes, hello, hi.
I've been brushing up more on the TikTok ban, and I've seen a lot of stuff, actually. There's a lot of informative content out there on TikTok right now about it, and it makes me happy to see. Because, you know, if this was happening on some other social media platform, 90% of people would not care.
It wouldn't happen on another social media platform.
Honestly, yeah, it wouldn't, because the other platforms are not international, basically, app superpowers.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because this ban is really just them trying to control the narrative. And I'm going to tell you why I think that. Snapchat, WhatsApp are also Chinese owned. Ain't no bans for them.
How long Facebook been selling our information?
Yeah, they may not be Chinese owned, but I'm sure they're selling our information to China.
But that's because Facebook, they're not really worried about selling people information. They're worried about controlling what people see and what they talk about. Because Facebook can like just stop showing some things to you. Like, oh, a whole bunch of politics. Oh, we ain't really want you to see that right now. So then you just stop seeing it.
Yeah.
But in TikTok, you see everything in real time. It's uncensored. It's unfiltered.
And catered to you.
Yep.
So, yeah. They can't control that because they don't own it. Like, ooh, it's something we don't own. We can't control. We got to get rid of it. And it didn't get that way until people started to agree on things. Like how rent's too high. People started collaborating. Like, yeah.
Finding shortcuts and workarounds to things.
Life hacks.
Yeah. Yes.
I learned more on TikTok than I've learned in my
whole
16. Yeah, ever. My whole 16
and
years.
And a lot of my school career. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just, like a lot of things. And it's just like, uh-oh. So people agreeing, people finding out how to do stuff, people coming together. We can't have that.
And sure enough, the government was like, we agree. You can't have none of that.
And like this bill is like trying to stop TikTok and any of TikTok's children from coming up. And I'm just like, they just don't know that like people hard-headed and will find a way.
The internet is like a hydra. You cut off one head, 3 more will replace it.
Exactly.
They're gonna find a way. Like if TikTok does get banned and it's like completely gone, people will just make a TikTok clone.
Mm-hmm. Find the next thing.
It may not do as well, but they'll just keep being spinoffs like that until they hit the next one. But then again, it'll be US owned.
Yeah, because you know, oops, my bad.
Oh no, you.
Oops, my bad.
It's most likely going to pass because the bill.
It's already passed.
Oh,
they're just waiting on the president to sign it now.
Oh yes,
he already signed it.
Oh, he already signed it.
Oh, he signed it today.
Well, yeah, but you know, it wasn't its own singular bill. You know, they just kind of like put that joint there like a hashtag.
A blanket.
Yeah, they were like, oh, well, we're gonna send some more money to Ukraine. Also, TikTok is banned.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, because you can't be like, well, we'll do this part, not the other. You gotta do the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm mad because how dare they move this fast on something so irrelevant? But
they can't move fast on rent.
Anything else.
Nothing at all.
Everything else has been in the works for weeks, months, years.
Yeah, just like the expressway over there that leading to Memphis. They just been working on since like what, 2008? It just still ain't fixed.
It's not done, but I am.
Oh goodness. So one of the vice presidents at ByteDance, you know, the people that own TikTok, he got interviewed recently about what the ban means for the app and the different ways that they'll fight it. But outside of like what he put in the video, I remember back when they first started talking about, we want to ban TikTok. They were like, okay, we're going to do this thing. It's called Project Texas. Essentially, it boils down to, we're going to keep all American data in Texas.
Yeah.
So, you know, they can't be like, oh, well, it's international data now. Now Chinese companies have access to it. They're like, no, we won't have access to it. It's going to all be here in the United States. And they're like, nah, we still don't like that.
Because they didn't think of it. That's why they don't like that.
They already got our data. You know how many Tails games I like imported with the This just in different languages and stuff. France, Japan, my stuff everywhere.
Portuguese.
Exactly, like it's everywhere.
But they're not worried about your information. That's just a front.
Right.
They're worried about, like we said earlier,
controlling the
narrative.
Like what would
and they also don't want foreign countries to see the discourse going on within our country.
They
know what's going on.
They know it's ghetto over here.
Florida of the world. We the Florida of the world.
They know it's ghetto over here.
Honestly, we actually more like the California of the world.
If we was the California of the world, we'd be more gay.
We'd be more gay than we already are.
Just a little more.
Ooh. So Project Texas, it also came along with like this big thing that a lot of American companies are getting in on, where they're trying to like pioneer data privacy and, you know, cooperate with the United States. Like, hey, we're going to make this thing that'll benefit all the Americans and it'll benefit TikTok too. And the United States like, huh? What's that last part?
It won't work because in the beginning, you said it'll benefit Americans. Nope, instantly no, we can't have that.
It's already happening. So ByteDance was proposing a bill that would enhance data privacy and security in the United States, and that, you know, that can help everybody worldwide too. But the United States, like, of course not.
We don't want to help nobody.
We don't want to help nobody.
We don't want to help nobody.
We want to help us.
We want to send all that money over there. All the money.
You made me think of John Brown when you said in the beginning. In the beginning there was God, and the word was God.
So since ByteDance was like, what about this bill? The United States was like, how about a bill to counter this bill in case our bill fails? So if that bill did not get passed, they had another one ready that they were just gonna throw out.
Like
Uno reverse them.
Preemptive bill.
Literally, they are throwing a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's so disgusting. I hate this place.
I love TikTok. My coworker actually had, like, she shops on there, bought some nice work pants. Like, these work pants were just like, I'm sorry, y'all, these work pants were just so sexy and everything. They were made out of this material. I don't even know what the hell it was, but it was nice. It was stretchy. It actually had like real pockets and everything. It like fit your figure and everything. I'm like, wow. They don't even make pants like that over here. And I was like, oh, where'd these come from?
And I bet she got them off TikTok for like $10.
Yep. She did. She got like 4 pairs.
Y'all,
for like $10.
The TikTok shop hustle is going even harder right now, because now everybody's like, well, TikTok's about to close and we about to make as much money from this platform as we can. So this is how you do this. You know how many videos I've seen where they're just like, you can open up an Amazon shop and tie it to your TikTok shop today.
There are people, I saw a TikTok today, speaking of, they were like, well, since TikTok is going away, let me give you some information I wouldn't normally give. And it was like about saving your stems from all your you know,
from all your 420 happy.
All your 420 happy.
Your plants.
And
interesting.
Simmering, like pouring
like tea.
Almost like tea.
Oh.
They poured Everclear into a jar of stems, let it sit for 30 to 90 days, and then strained it, and then got a dropper.
That was a trend, wasn't it? Weren't they doing that?
Yeah. And they was like, do 1 drop and you'll be an astronaut.
Oh my goodness.
Elevation in the tires.
Yeah, because you said stems. I was like, apple stems?
No,
dear.
I'm innocent.
You kind of did just snatch the conversation.
Yeah.
We were talking about making money, and you were like, but these niggas and they weed.
Well, because my point is that people are like, oh, it's shutting down.
Let's go ahead and give out all these secrets.
Yes.
I love the secrets.
I love that. I love how pretty much every corner of TikTok is like, we finna go out with a bang and everybody gonna benefit whether y'all want it or not.
Because you can't stop us now.
I hope somebody do something. Somebody take the government down.
Like, lawyers are giving free advice.
They are.
The
doctors.
The people that are like really into politics, they're like, this is how we gonna fuck over the government. Like, there's even a section of TikTok right now that's purposely making stuff that looks like the Chinese have already come in and started spreading their narrative. For some reason, there is this company that makes glycol in China. Glycol is you know, the sweet stuff you find in most foods. They're like, oh yes, this one company in China has the best glycol. It's industry grade and you can get pharmaceutical grade. And everybody like, what the fuck is this? What is happening?
And the Americans are sitting there like, we don't like it.
Yeah. So one person at the end of their video, when they were done talking about the glycol place, they were like, hello there. And I forgot which politician he said, but he name dropped a politician and was like, thank you for using me as evidence.
Well,
Wow.
there's that.
Yeah, because the people just fail to realize, like, you know, there's a left wing and there's a right wing, but it's all on the same bird.
It is. It is all on the same
It's
bird.
the same bird. It's just using y'all to go against each other. It's just real sad that, you know,
We can't have nothing.
we can't. And it's like we get this unfiltered, uncensored information like real time to see what's happening over there around the world, like from people who are actually being affected in real time. And it's not like filtered from the news, like, oh, there was a bomb that went off and the building collapsed. But it's like, it don't tell you like how many women and children it's killed.
It don't tell you how those people felt while it was happening to them.
Yeah, like
You know, we're
It's not
getting to hear
personal.
people's experiences. It's not personal.
Like
Yeah.
Gaza.
Yes. Oh, the things that get me on TikTok is when you randomly scroll past the live stream and then there's an explosion and then the live stream ends.
I'm sure the US don't like that either.
yeah. You know what else they don't
We don't
like?
need you seeing that. We don't want you to see us attacking these people because that's what's happening.
That's
The
okay.
U.S. also don't like the World Central Kitchen because they bombed them.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
the World Central Kitchen, y'all. In case you don't know, they're the people who go around, you know, feeding people like who in war, struck in hard times and stuff. They just out here feeding the people who are hungry. And America was like, oh, you can't feed them because they're gonna rise up again and fight us. But I'm like, these are like women and children who weren't fighting.
Are they pharaohs?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, they're gonna rise
Either
up.
that or they're ishballing.
Yeah. You know what? It's just, speaking of that, it's just like how in Fullmetal Alchemist, how Winry parents died because they were doctors helping the Ishbalans, and the government had to kill them because they were helping the enemy.
That's all
That's what's
right.
happening now.
That's exactly what's
That's
happening.
okay, because Scar gonna come out next.
Oh no. Oh,
Nobody
no.
wants that.
We don't need that.
Everybody dies.
Hey, we'll be fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
we okay.
We
Scott
all-
was
we
for
aight.
the people, for real.
Yeah,
was for the
he was
people.
only after the government.
He was like, I ain't that.
Man,
not
none of
everybody
us in
else.
the government.
Everybody them.
Yeah.
Be careful.
No, be careful.
But y'all, tell us what you think about the TikTok ban and all the things going on here in our good old US of A on all the social media platforms at PopDiskette, you know, while we still have them.
Yeah, because remember, they take TikTok away. These old folks ain't gonna know how to program their phones, their TVs, their
They're gonna be
antennas.
calling you.
They're gonna be calling you.
One more thing. Let's talk about how this isn't related like exactly with TikTok, but let's talk about how the government like why y'all ain't having kids.
Because I'm gay.
Not you in particular.
Aren't you?
That was-
specifically?
Because people be gay.
Yeah.
I want that a shirt. I'm
And
gonna make that a
things
shirt.
high.
Things high.
Things are high.
Rent's high.
Rent's
Groceries
high.
Rent's high. Kids high.
Kids, clothes.
The
food.
process of having a kid is high. The average giving birth cost in the United States is $14K.
And instead, everybody be high.
You know what? You gave birth twice. How much they cost? It was like $30K,
You
wasn't it?
still paying for it, ain't you?
Yeah, it was. I ain't.
No,
I'm not.
no.
Because the reason, so my whole theory about like the whole why you ain't having kids thing, and again, you know, this is just being confirmed by folks on TikTok, so I'm just gonna tell you my opinion. So we already got to work. We, as in we, the ones who are sitting in this room currently right now,
The working class.
the working
The working
class,
we.
have to work until we are 70 right now to support some folks we don't know.
Don't care about.
Don't care about or anything like that. So basically things are high now to keep the poor class
Poor.
And you know what they do with poor people? They send them off to war because the only benefits you get from going to war are just like education and you can live. You can pay some rent because we'll pay it for you. That's it.
We'll pay your rent and we might send you to school.
Yeah, that's literally it.
But you're going to war.
And you're going to be traumatized.
Yeah, so they send those poor people over there. They keep the poor, so that's your only option. Is to fight.
To keep the rich.
Yeah. And that's why people really aren't just having kids because things are so high. Some people are just like, man, I'm not going to go into that, get into that.
I'm not going to bring my kid into that.
Yeah, like people like, look at this world. I don't want to.
I don't want my kid to experience the bullshit I'm going through right now.
Yeah, and that also ties into like it don't really tie into like the 4B movement that's happening over there in Korea. That's something totally different, but also the same because it also has something to do with government. It's
two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, it's just not like a men thing, like men are bad. Ooh. It's also about the government too, because they're not trying to bring kids into this.
You have a lot of this like newer generation of women. A lot of them are just like, I don't want kids at all.
Yeah, like there's a host of reasons that people of our generation aren't having kids, but the most paramount is they don't want to.
Yeah, it's hard, but they got all this stuff to support them. Child support, stamps, Section 8.
They're like, let's just keep raising rent until you gotta have a roommate, and then your roommate gonna be your spouse, and then kids.
It just turns into that. I was gonna say, I saw this video about this lady who dropped her kids off at her mama house and was like, I'm gonna go live my new life with my new man, and then ask her mama. She just dropped them off. She was like, I shouldn't have to ask. No, she was, and her kids were like kind of young, so like she was like, my new man don't want no kids, and I'm like,
I know the exact video you talking about too.
I saw something similar. The lady was like, oh, well, I don't want kids no more, so dropped her child off with her brother and then fled the country with her new boyfriend.
Not no more. It's too late.
It's expensive. It's expensive. And
But then the fucked up part is she came back after like 15 years and was like, oh, well, I want my kid back.
no,
I wasn't ready to be a mom. But turns out she was just trying to use the boy for government benefits because her boyfriend dumped her and she had to come back home.
well,
that's what a lot of women do.
Ooh, poop,
for real.
oops.
Oopsie fucksies. But stuff be so high, people have kids, and it's like a lot of things that aren't being reported on the news because yet again, you find out all this stuff on TikTok that it's like a lot of people who are unaliving their children because
Like
stuff
that,
is so
like
bad.
that lady that pushed her kids out the car and then crashed herself.
Yes, like her. There was one lady.
Yeah,
who
she
just
killed her whole
like,
family.
There was one lady who just like drove her SUV into the lake, and then that was just it. Like she had her two kids, age 3 and 2, in the back seat. Put the SUV in drive, got out, and just watched it sink to the bottom of the lake. And then when she's interviewed, she's just like, well, stuff's high. I didn't want them to be here in this world because of how bad it's gotten.
So it's not your choice though. They out here.
Yeah, they out here now. They out here now.
They out in the open.
But that's something that, the government won't tell you. They won't inform you
And
about
the
these
government
things.
don't care about.
The children are going missing. It's the
Jesus.
colored children, the black children are going missing. They don't report them.
Mm-mm.
I found out about like 20 that I know about right now who just missing. They saw missing from Memphis. Don't know anything about.
Arkansas.
Missing. Yeah, Arkansas, Mississippi. But it's like the news just like, oh my God, the war.
Have kids, have more kids. It's okay. They went missing. Have another one replace them.
The daycares. Don't get me started on these daycares because
Child care in general.
They're over there hurting kids. Like this one story on TikTok that I saw that was not on the news was like this woman had to go to work, and she had to send her 6-month-old to daycare, and they killed the baby. She was just over here beating them in the head over a period of time, and it's just like you want us to work and everything, and we can't afford childcare, but we can't afford to stay home either because you make stuff so high, and then this happens. You're just like, well, you shouldn't have took her to daycare. What was she supposed to do?
And then it's like, well, you shouldn't have had kids, but it's like, well, you wanted me to have kids. They here.
So yeah,
And,
I think you just have
the
to be
whole
born
thing
rich.
where kids older than daycare age are going to school and just sometimes not coming home. because some wacko decided they wanted to go shoot.
Yeah.
You can't. Nowhere is safe.
Nowhere is safe.
Nowhere is safe. And then also to add on to that, you got the kids that are going to school that ain't learning because that whole No Child Left Behind ain't working. Because
and the teachers are quitting.
Yeah, so I'm just like, but you want to ban TikTok? TikTok the problem.
Like there's so many things going on right now.
Like literally, I didn't have any to begin with, any trust in the government, but I lost so much more of it from like COVID to now.
It's a negative number now.
It's a negative number. They are literally like your son to run the country. Because what?
Well, but it's hard out here. It's so hard. That's why I be having to like do other stuff with the schedule. Because you know what? If I send my kids to daycare and anything, if I get a whiff of anything that is happening to him or any other child, I'm gonna run through every employee there. The people who are off that day, I'm gonna run through them too. And when I say run, I don't mean I'm gonna go to them and talk to them. I mean I'm going to literally run through their physical being with my body.
Oh my goodness.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm going to destroy them, and it's like no one can stop me because I'm gonna be on this high, and I'm just gonna keep going. Run through, because how dare your grown ass hurt a child who can't fight back? Because you know who can? I can fight back, and I'm ready to put these paws on you.
We just need to send all the angry moms out into the world. I think that will fix
everything.
Angry moms are the only ones who get anything done.
It's true.
So, Reto, what you got for us for anime this week?
Well, you know, I watch stuff, but I'm not going to talk a whole lot about what I've watched because I have actual things going on in the anime world.
Ooh.
So, how many Gundam fans we got out there?
Oh, me. Oh,
I'm a fan.
You know I'm not, but you know I'm an ally.
Yeah.
So you know Mobile G Gundam, the first one. The creator of the first one is returning to work on a side story that's being animated.
Wow.
So a lot of people are really excited about that actually, and it's supposed to be coming out later this year.
Because it could end up evolving into like something main series.
Like, where you been?
And I was like, oh, the original Mobile G Gundam is, and the original creator, and the way he described it, he was like his hand was burning, itching to just write something new.
Oh my goodness. He was like, I gotta get to work now.
I was like, oh, okay. And you know, they ain't stopped making Gundams because they just did that. What was that? The Blood Witch something on Mars.
No, I don't know that one.
It was something new.
The Blood Witch on Mars.
The Blood Witch on Mars. So even though, you know, I'm not a mech fan.
Iron-blooded orphans.
You know, there we go.
On Mars.
On Mars. With the witch.
That's how the titles be.
On Mars with the witch.
Well, I thought that was interesting for the diehard fans. I'm sure they're foaming at the mouth for some continuation of that original story with the original characters.
Yes.
So that'll be nice.
Oh, Project G Witch.
See. Speaking of things to watch, I realized I had not fully talked about Occultix 9 that I had watched. It's on Crunchyroll. It's like 13 episodes, and it's a thriller horror anime.
Are there really 9 of them?
There are 9 main characters, yes.
No.
It's full of plot twists. I really can't go into what it's about because there's so many spoilers. Okay. But there's like a lot of mysterious things going on, hence the Occultix title.
And there's 9 of them, don't forget.
It sounds like it's Blair Witch, but animated.
I think I would kind of like describe it as like Ghost Hunt adjacent, kind of, because they're not really hunting ghosts, but it is a lot of like freaky stuff going on. There's a whole bunch of conspiracies and
Is that the one where
with the
the narcissist guy?
Yeah.
Oh, because the only thing I think about when I think about that is when they were playing hide and seek, but the boy died because he was hiding behind a statue that was on top of a building.
Womp, womp.
Yeah, he died because he was like, nobody came and found me, and he couldn't call for help because he was mute.
That's crazy.
Damn. That's wild.
And it snowed.
Big clan added him.
The clan added him.
Oh no, not Clanad. Ooh, that hurts. But yeah, it's good. I binged it in like one night. Interesting characters. I'd say well fleshed out for 13 episodes with 9 main characters. Pretty good. I would suggest it. It's been out for a little while. It's not anything new.
Yeah.
But I just came across it, so y'all should watch. Reincarnated as a Slime.
Yeah.
It's getting an RPG.
Ooh.
Made by Bandai Namco.
Oh.
It's gonna be
Ninja
Storm.
It's gonna be Ninja Storm Tales.
No, I don't want that. It can be like an open world. It can be like the One Piece RPGs.
Yeah, they're pretty fun.
It won't be. It's gonna be Ninja Storm or it's gonna be Tales.
I don't know. Namco Bandai. That is a tongue twister. They've always been pretty good with RPGs.
Mm-hmm. That's like their specialty.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see what they do.
I haven't watched the show, but now that it's gonna have a game, I'm gonna have to watch the show so that I can play the game.
Yeah. I've been meaning to watch it. It's been up there on my list.
People say it's good, and I'm like, I believe y'all, but I'm also sick of Isekai.
I have one friend that's been pestering me to watch it since it came out.
Isekai is just it's so saturated right now.
It is, but this one stands out above the rest.
I've
seen some of it. It's worth the watch.
I feel the same way about Shield Hero.
Shield Hero is a good one too.
Shield Hero is a good one. But there's also others. What's that other one?
There's so
is it wrong to pick up girls in the dungeon?
That was one of the first ones though.
Oh, like the one that's like, I forget. It was something. So I decided to max out my defense.
The little girl with the big shield?
Yeah, I think so. That long title.
Like, I've heard that's a good one. Titles. And I'm like, I have to wait until the market dies down before I start. But I definitely got to watch that one.
I mean, even once it dies down, though, that's not going to change the fact that you have so many options.
And so many of them are carbon copies of each other. And I'm just like, ooh. If one more person gets reincarnated as an assassin or an aristocrat, I know something.
But that's just one anime.
No, it's not.
Oh,
it ain't.
Oh, no.
There's like 3 of each.
Oh, goodness.
Ugly.
Well, you got to think about it. A lot of them are light novel adaptations, and light novels are like any other book. Everybody just kind of copies the same thing that's trending.
I'm gonna be a light novel adaptation.
But there's so many good ones in the middle, like people that are subverting expectations in that genre. Those are the ones that I like to watch. But I hate to call it this, all the fodder out there.
Because that's what it is. Because there's so many that are like...
many companies are just grabbing money for this.
Yeah, they're like, okay, like, we can push out 12 episodes and leave it at that. But the ones that are like on season 3 and 4...
But they won't give us seasons 3s and 4s of things we want.
I want season 3.
You look like you've been trying to say something for 20 minutes.
These are the episodes. These are the shows that I want to watch now. Since you said that about the slide, these are the ones I want to look up. The time I got drunk and saved a demon. The time I got drunk and saved a human. The time I got reincarnated as a vending machine.
Actually, okay, wait. I've heard of that one.
I've heard of the vending machine one too.
I've heard it's really funny and really dumb.
Reborn as a vending machine, I now wander the dungeon.
Oh, boy.
Have you seen the one Parallel World Pharmacy in Another World or something like that?
Excuse me?
There's so much retail in Another World.
Like, I don't want to do retail in this world. What you make me want to do in another world?
Honestly, I love all those. Having worked in retail, it gives it a different type of experience.
I suppose.
Sell potions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do Give me a cauldron.
I don't want to be at a cash register.
No.
Although if they ask for a cold medicine and I give them something that'll actually freeze them, they'll be mad.
Give them the llama potion from the Emperor's New Groove.
He's a llama. He's supposed to be dead.
There's one other interesting piece of information I thought a few people at this table might want to know about. They're coming out with a smartwatch that is, I don't know the brand because there wasn't a whole lot of information, but it's supposed to be one that's Nezuko themed and one that's Tanjiro themed. Ooh. And it's supposed to like be set up for like training, fitness, time management, and sleep.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I have to, let me see if I can find I had a picture to show y'all because I thought that was pretty cool.
Demon Slayer smartwatches will have you training and sleeping like a Hashira.
Okay.
Which Hashira?
That sounds like a lot.
Just a Hashira.
Because they different.
I'd wear that is.
Not the watch has full built-in, full concentration breathing exercises.
That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
I thought that was interesting. So I'm like, why? But okay.
It has a pedometer. You can have different watch faces, a heart rate tracker. It shows the weather. And it has a special design on the face.
I can appreciate. I like little niche things like that. Like who thinks, oh, let's make a Demon Slayer smartwatch.
I love like the anime tie-ins with like smartphones and stuff. Like the one they had for Genshin a while back, where you could like get the phone that's themed to like that character. Then they give you like branded headphones with that character on it, like accessories to go with the phone.
Yeah, you should get some Venti stuff.
Ooh, I do love me some Venti.
That's the thing though. They don't always make them for the characters we want them for.
He's an Archon. If they don't make them for all the Archons, I know something.
They didn't make one for any Archon.
Oh,
that's messed up.
That's the literal gods. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. They don't always make the stuff for characters we want them for.
Yeah, they make them for Amber.
I want Jean-Lee. Who's Amber? Oh, that's right.
Exactly. Who is that?
The first one was actually for Amber.
You know what?
Because you remember back when Genshin started, they were trying to make Amber their mascot, but it never caught on.
And nobody cared.
Who's the mascot there? Just Paimon?
Nobody. They don't have a mascot. Yeah, it just depends on what version it is. They focus on a specific character and a specific story.
Whatever's going on.
Whatever's going on is the mascot.
All right.
Yeah.
Like how everybody in Fontaine was the mascot for 4.0, and now that they're about to roll into 5.0, they're starting to transition to the Fatui.
Right now it's Arlecchino.
Yeah. Isn't her name Father?
I wouldn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah. That is all I have for anime this week.
And that is all the time we have for this week. Tell us what you guys thought about this week's episode on all the social media platforms at PopDiskette, and we will see you guys next week.